Oxy MBBS. One step solution for all medical studies.
Hi friends, this is Dr. Sanjay and I heartily welcome you all in my channel Oxy MBBS. Now in this video we will talk about the bone, and this video is going to become a revolutionary for clearing your all doubts related to bone. And after watching this video you will have a very strong foundation or very strong grip on the osteology subject. Okay friends? And after watching this video you will come to know what is the structure of the bone, how the bone is composed, what is compact and spongy bone tissue, what is periosteum and endosteum, what is osteogenesis, that is also called bone formation, growth of the bone during infancy, childhood and adolescence, which are the blood vessels supplying the bone, what is remodeling, what is the law of ossification, what are the different types of epiphyses, and in the last but not the least you will come to know what are the functions of our bone. So friends, let's begin. So friends, our bone is somehow similar to dumbbell. How? Let's see. So these are the ends of the dumbbell. Similar to this is the upper end of the bone. This is the lower end of the bone. And these ends are called epiphyses. These ends are called epiphyses. And these are another parts of the dumbbell similar to this. These are the another parts of the bone. And they are called, what they are called? They are called metaphyses. And similar to this rod in the dumbbell, we have a rod-like structure present between the metaphyses is called shaft of the bone. This is called shaft of the bone, or also called diaphyses. Diaphyses. So friends, these are the main parts of a long bone. One is epiphyses, metaphyses and diaphyses. Now friends, after complete growth of the bone, that is at around 20 to 25 years of age, a line is visible in between the epiphyses and metaphyses. And this line is called epiphyseal line. Now friends, further in this video you will come to know what is this epiphyseal line and why this epiphyseal line is formed only after the complete growth of the bone. Okay friends, now this long bone can be shown like this. So these are the epiphyses, these are the epiphyses, these are the metaphyses, these are metaphyses, and this is the diaphyses or shaft of the bone. Now friends, remember one thing, that this shaft of the bone is hollow in the middle region, as you can see clearly here, and it forms a cavity, and that cavity is called medullary cavity. Why it is called medullary cavity? Because it is present in the middle part of the shaft. That is why its name is given medullary cavity. Now remember one thing, that anything which is present in the middle region is called medulla, and anything which is present in the periphery region is called, what they are called? They are called cortex. They are called cortex. They are called cortex. So anything which is present in the central region is called medulla. Central or middle region is called medulla, and anything which is present in the periphery region is called cortex. What they are called? Cortex. And this line which is present in between the epiphyses and metaphyses is called, what it called? Epiphyseal line. Now friends, I am taking cut section of the bone at the epiphyseal end, at the metaphyses and at the diaphyses. Now friends, first let's talk about the cut section of the bone at the diaphyses. Now as you know, in the middle there is medullary cavity. So here is medullary cavity, and this medullary cavity is lined by endosteum layer. So this is which layer? This is the endosteum. And around this medullary cavity, as you can see, this spongy like tissue which is having spaces in between the tissue is called, what it called? It is called spongy tissue. spongy tissue or spongy bone. Spongy tissue or spongy bone tissue. And around this spongy tissue, as you can see clearly, this solid tissue is called, which is present in the periphery, is called cortical. As it is present in the periphery, that is why it is called cortical bone tissue. And as this tissue is very hard, that is why it is called, it is very hard or dense, it is very hard as well as it is dense, that is why it is called compact bone tissue. As it is present in the periphery or cortical region or in the cortex, that is why it is called cortical bone tissue. And as it is very hard or dense, that is why it is called compact bone tissue. And this bone is covered on the periphery or in the outside region is called what it called? It is called periosteum. Periosteum. And this periosteum and endosteum is very similar to each other. Friends, further we will discuss all these parts one by one in detail. Now friends, it is very important to know what are the differences between the structure of diaphysis, metaphysis and epiphysis. As you can see clearly here that diaphysis is mainly made up of compact bone tissue and very few amount of spongy bone tissue is present in the diaphysis. And also in the diaphysis, periosteum is very thick, while in the metaphysis and epiphysis, main tissue is, this is which tissue? This is the spongy bone. Spongy bone tissue is the main tissue in the metaphysis and epiphysis. In the metaphysis, the periosteum is very thin, while in the epiphysis there is no periosteum. As this periosteum is replaced by this is called articular. This is called articular cartilage. Why it is called articular cartilage? Because it forms joint with other bone, and joint is called articulation. That is why its name is given articular cartilage. One more important difference is that, as you can see clearly here, that medullary cavity is present only and only in the diaphysis, while it is absent in the metaphysis and epiphysis. Now friends, you will be thinking, what is this compact bone tissue and what is this spongy bone tissue? So it is very simple. Just see your hand. The palm in your hand is compact bone tissue, as it is solid, it is dense, and these fingers, and between these fingers, these are the spaces. So these spreaded fingers forms which part of the bone? They forms the spongy part of the bone. So this is how your compact bone looks like, and this is how spongy bone tissue looks like. So friends, further we will discuss all these structures in detail. Okay.